Go past this light, then turn right. Turn right, then the destination is on your right.
Hello guys, how are you? This is my son's school and I'm here to pick him up before time.
The destination is on your right, Indian Hills Middle School.
So
Arrived.
I'm gonna rush and pick him. Natafuta jina nzuri. Asante.
Can I put this back there?
Hello guys, I am back. I want us to discuss why all the
Wait.
factors.
Make a trip home. Make a trip home.
Make what?
Make a trip home real fast. I have
To
to
do
put,
what?
I have to put some stuff in my luggage.
We cannot go back home. You're gonna waste time. We're supposed to be there by 7, by 1. Where did you leave?
Extra like socks.
I don't think you're supposed to pack your bag. I told you in advance. And you're interrupting my life.
My bad. Sorry, guys.
So the reason as to why I want us to discuss why your state or your country could be getting cut off soon is because there is a number that they observe per each state, per each country, and it should not exceed 50,000 green cards. That that includes people who are petitioned for. For example, the way I petitioned for my father, that one is still counted under Kenyan green cards that have been given out. They are building the road or something.
They're redoing it.
So the reason as to why you should not procrastinate, guy, playing green card is because the more you stay, the more you minimize the chances of you having the opportunity to, I don't even know how I'm supposed to go.
Keep going straight.
The opportunity of you participating, because at some point Kenya will be cut off. At some point at some point Uganda will be cut off. Nigeria is already out, and so many other countries, they cannot get the opportunity to participate because they have already gotten to the total number of green cards that are supposed to be given per each state. So I would urge you, if you are two people, like if you have a spouse, please start playing, both of you. If both of you have a high school diploma, which is the primary requirement for green card, if both of you have a diploma, a primary certificate, no, not primary, secondary, high school certificate, sorry, please start increasing the chances of you winning by playing both people. Like your wife can play and put the entire family, so is your husband. But make sure you're not doing double entry, because double entry gonna be disqualified. But you can do each person, each adult, and then you include all your family members. Remember, each family member has to have a passport photo. And another thing I would want you to do, there are so many people who get closed out, or the submission date expires, which is September 7. That is when they close all the previous year green cards, so that they start processing the last year green card and also accepting the application. I think we can go this way. And then they can start taking application for the new entries that are going to be starting this October. Please get ahead of time. Please be ready always with passport document. If you have a desire, if you have a dream to live in another country that is not your country, at least you should have a passport document. That is the document you need to travel. You could have an ID, but an ID cannot take you further than the territory of your country. So please, people, stop taking time, because there is no time to take. And for example, Kenya right now, they have so many issues with the passport application process. Sometimes they say, oh, we don't have them, the machines are down, or we don't have the forms, I don't know, the ink, and the blah blah blah, so many things. So if you keep waiting until you are selected for you to go for the passport, you might not make it to the deadline. You might not make it to the carrying line, which is September. And after September, they cannot process more people. Even though you are selected, they will not be able to process your green card to the visa issuance. And I was telling about this on my live video yesterday on Facebook. Please stop thinking you have time. If you're a visionary person, then you are someone who can organize or plan ahead. Please go look for the passports of your entire family. If you do know that for real, for sure, you do play green card, because eventually you will need this passport. Why don't you go and apply them when you still have time, instead of rushing with time? I have seen so many cases whereby a person goes, attends an interview on time, but then they need some supporting evidence. So this takes time, because if you attend your interview the first time, then they need something that gonna prove to what you presented, and it means more time. And maybe your interview was scheduled in June or July. Remember, by September they are closing. So when they tell you to go back and bring some evidence, for example, let's say you said this is my wife, and they felt like they would need more evidence on probably your wedding day, your pictures, and so many other things. If you go back, it means you have to reschedule another appointment where you're gonna table the evidence. Or maybe you're gonna have to submit them, which is not likely if you have already been all the way through to the appointment, the physical appointment. Because remember, you first submit documents through the portal, and then you present yourself physically to the appointment. If they tell you to go back and bring evidence, it means more time. Imagine your scheduled appointment was like June, July. That means you have very slight chances of you making it to the appointment, to the second appointment, before the cutting period is over, or before the expiration window of the DV of that year. Put it in mind that when you get selected, you have roughly 1 year to do everything. So this 1 year does not just depend on how fast you can work, but it also depends with how fast the embassy is working on the cases that are available. That means it has so many factors that are not depending on you, but on so many other things. And this also includes the holidays that the American have and the Kenyan holidays. So some days will not be their working days, so this delays the process. Why don't you get ahead of time, get your passports ready for the entire family? And you know, when you are rushing with time is always rushing ahead of you. Getting ready ahead of time, and then as soon as you get selected, please, as soon as you get the second notification letter, please fill it as soon as you can and submit it as soon as you can. That makes you to be able to shorten the time, to be able to beat wasting time. Okay? Hey. You know, yesterday I attended an appointment somewhere, and I was, of course, talking with or being interviewed with American people. So I used my entire week English. So the English I have right now is very minimal because I exhausted my head. So I'm gonna be struggling as I explain this, but please bear with me. And guys, get to apply the passport. The passport document is no longer a requirement for you when applying for green card. Does that mean it is not a requirement for you when you're gonna be traveling or to further process the green card? No. For you to further process the green card, you will need to have a passport. Entire family will need to have passports. So to reduce wasting time, or to avoid wasting time, please apply for your passports ahead of time. I am telling you, it is getting closer and closer for each country to get to the cutting line of 50,000 green cards that have been granted already. So if you waste time, or if you get missing the due dates, then you are just getting closer to even getting your country being cut off from the green card. That is how serious it is getting, and I want you to just take this serious because it is very serious. For example, there are so many ways of a country being granted green cards, individuals being granted green cards. For example, people come here in America, they seek asylum, and when they seek asylum, their nationality is either Ethiopia, or Kenya, South Africa, wherever. If they seek asylum, after 10 years, they're gonna be issued with a green card when their case is over. That means that was registered under that country. So, for example, let's say this year, there were like 100 people who were given green cards at the asylum. That counts cards that have been issued, and that, you guys, it is getting closer and closer to the cutting line of each state's green cards. You better rush with the time that is available. Always be ready and increase the chances by making sure that both of you are playing green card. Even if you're not married, get married now. And take the opportunity, or take advantage of both of you filling the application as the main applicant. Whoever gonna win, it is a win for both of you. So that was my advice for today. Like, take it serious, and if you have a dream to just end up in America, then you have to make it happen. It is only you who can make it happen. Try to rush with the time, try to save time, try to stay ready. Stop waiting until you are selected and then you start rushing, and then you start saying, oh, I applied for my passport, it's been a year now, and is it the Nyayo House, or who processes the passports in Kenya? The Nyayo House is still saying they do not have them yet. They are not ready yet. You know the drill. If you come from Africa, you know the drill. You ain't gonna get your passport that fast unless you do what they require you to do, and you know what that means. If you know, you know. So sometimes you have to spare your time by just compromising, because it is what it is, and you cannot equal 2,000 Kenya shillings with a chance to come to America. You cannot equal it. Another thing I wanted you to know, let us not just focus with one way. There are other ways that you can come here with, like school. If you have a dream to come to America and study, because I believe it is a big opportunity, and it is open to everybody. Even if you finished like your, what do we call it, university, like 3 years ago, you can come here and do masters. You can apply and come here and do masters, a master degree. There are so many collegians that are here with school. Kikuyu people, I don't know where we went wrong, but I don't find as many Kikuyu here as I find collegians. There are so many collegians pursuing education here in the universities, and one of these fine days I will look for one, and then I will let them explain to us the means that one could use to come through the university, how to apply, how to make sure that you get a university that is lower in cost of the school fees and stuff like those. And I might not show their face because of causes, but I will make sure we get the information that we need, so that we stop just focusing with one route. Sometimes the route that we kind of like expect to go through is not the same route that breakthrough comes through. I don't know how that English is Englishing, but all I know is that sometimes it is good to be diversified. It is very good to be diversified, and it is very good to be open-minded. The only time I tell you not to be open-minded is to be open-minded too much to hear what the devil is saying. You're not supposed to listen to the devil, but be open-minded to the positive things that could change your life. So let us open our minds to other ways that can make us, or make our dream come true. Because I know some people have a good opportunity to come here through school because they like education. There are people who like learning. Like me personally, I couldn't think that I would come here in America and apply for a school when I'm in Africa, and they just give me an opportunity. I didn't know. I actually also didn't know green card if someone else did not tell me about them. Good thing about you, you know about green cards. We have been enlightening you so much. We have been giving you all the information that you need about green cards and how you can end up here, how to look for a host, and so many other things. I also wanted to do another video which gonna be coming up maybe at the end of today, about there are so many people who tell you how you're supposed to behave when you are at your host house. I wanted to do a video about your rights, even though you are being hosted by someone, because as much as we want to talk about what we could expect of you, we are also not supposed to be too selfish not to disclose that you are also a human being who have rights, and you also have rights even though you are under your host. It does not mean you stop becoming a human being simply because someone is hosting you. So I'll be coming up with that video, and hopefully by the end of today I'm gonna upload it, and that will kind of like give you some light on how or how you should behave, and how you can know that someone is taking advantage of you, and when to seek help. You need to know that, because I believe you do. I'm not gonna prolong this video, because I wanted to be brief and serious before I start making my jokes. So guys, I'm so happy that you joined. Like the video and share with people, and I'll see you next on the next video that I'm gonna be doing later today.